Come on and wake up. Listen to your heart now. See what's going on. We can make it together. We can find a way. Co-creations, new generations. You're a champion, you already won. Never fear, because you're here. Here and now, find out how.
This is the series Shelter in Place, where we are at home. I heard a statistic recently where people have to stay in their home for long periods of time, especially with young children with little or no breaks, that actually the domestic abuse statistics rise. So I wanted to do a special activity to show you, if you are one of those people that are stuck at home right now and maybe ready to pull your hair out, or need some way that you can use this extra time that we all have together to help create closer relationships and to learn some skills and tools that will help you to not escalate your environment into violence and actually create an energetic, a positively energetic environment. And this is what I've been doing for almost 40 years. So this activity today is called Elephant Ears, and what you will need for this is you will need, and this is for two people, and you know, if you have a partner, a spouse, a child who you want to be able to get closer to and have some understanding, or have them understand you, this is a great exercise or activity for you to create that closer relationship with someone that you love, or with someone that's a friend. You just do it to have some fun. All right, so what you'll need is 2 notebooks. I've got 3 here just to show, you know, you can use any kind of a notebook. You can even just use a stack of paper. You don't want to just have one piece of paper. You want to prepare yourself with maybe at least 4 or 5 pieces of paper. So a notebook is good to have. All right, so you'll need 2 notebooks, 2 pens that write, check and make sure they write, and 1 pair of elephant ears. So, I mean, you can make these if you want. You can make them out of material, you can make them out of paper, whatever you want, but you will need to put a big pair of ears on. Please do that before you start this activity. Make sure that you have a pair of ears that somebody can wear, okay? And that's why it's called elephant ears. Okay, so let's get started. So you're going to pick an A and a B. All right, go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I'm just going to wrap up the whole game in a nutshell. So anytime you just want to get it really quick, you can just listen to this right here. So here it goes. 2 people, A and a B. A is the talker. B wears the elephant ears and has the notebook and takes notes. A says, I am ready to talk. B says, I'm ready to listen, and that starts the game. I'm ready to talk, I'm ready to listen, okay? B has the elephant ears and taking notes, all right? And they just take all the notes, all the notes, all the notes, until A says, I've said everything I wanted to say, I am complete. Then B reflects. This is what I heard you say, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and A clarifies while B's reflecting. Anything B says that A wants to change, that's fine. And they go through it, and they keep going. B keeps reflecting until A says, I feel that you have heard everything that I've said. I am complete. Okay? Then you take a break. You give a time frame on the break. You come back together when now B is the talker, and the talker says, I am ready to talk. And A now says, I am ready to listen. A's wearing the elephant ears and taking notes. And when B says, I've said everything I wanted to say, I am complete, or A starts to reflect. This is what I heard you say. This is what you said. This is what I heard. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And B clarifies, until B says, I feel that you got everything that I have said. I am complete. And you just keep doing that process, because the more you do it, the more you feel heard. The notes are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And you just do it as long until you say, okay, I feel good. I think I'm good. And when you walk away from each other, the air in the house is cleared because you cleared all that stuff out, all those misunderstandings, all those things you were making up in your head about the other person, you have now clarified. Okay? And there may be some things you didn't want to hear, but people make stuff up, and it's just the human way. Look at Keep It 100 and the skills and the strategies, and you'll learn some ways to only speak about facts and not fiction. Look at the nonviolent communication. Another way to do this elephant ears game is to add the nonviolent communication to it. And how you do that is you hold your needs list and your feelings list, and you go through the 4 steps of nonviolent communication, which you can find on Keep It 100, and you can do the elephant ears combined with the nonviolent communication. So you're really listening to each other and you're really reflecting each other, because that's a framework that helps you listen and reflect. Because like I said in an earlier video, that one full communication is message sent, message received, message reflected. So until the message is sent, received, and reflected, that's not a full communication. Because this person doesn't know if this person even heard what they said. Okay, so a full communication is message sent, message received, message reflected. And elephant ears is a structure and a framework that will allow you to have a much more complex sharing. You don't have to just say one sentence and then reflect, and one word and then reflect. You get to say a whole bunch while the other person's taking notes. It doesn't feel natural at first because you haven't done it before. But you will find that this is a great way to really pay attention to each other and really get a lot out and get a lot done in a fairly short amount of time. Because the more often you do this, the more air you will clear, the more things you'll get out of the way, and the more you're going to feel understood and heard in your home. It's going to your environment has become more energetic. You're going to feel better. Now, if you're making up a bunch of stuff and projecting and putting each other down and getting angry, it's not going to make the environment better. But that's why I have the Keep It 100 skills and frameworks. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. All this stuff is free. You can get it right on my playlist on YouTube. But the reason I'm saying it is so you can learn what's mine, what's yours, where do I end, where do you begin, what am I responsible for, what are you responsible for, how can we treat each other so we can have an energetic environment. And there's a lot of things to learn, especially if you came from a home where people argued and yelled and blamed each other for things. You haven't really had a model to do that yet. So that's why I'm putting these skills out there, so you can get a model, so you can look at what's mine, what am I responsible for, how can I do something in this, use a structured framework and some skills and some lessons so we can get along better, we can have a good supportive relationship, lift the energy in the environment, and become a power couple if you want. Or just your life will flow and you won't have all these butting heads and gears getting stuck, and things will flow and you'll feel good and you'll be able to share things with each other. You're going to understand each other. You're going to understand how each other thinks, how each other feels, and what to say and what to pay attention to, and you're going to get to a point where you're just not angry anymore. You're not blaming each other anymore. You are actually listening to each other. You actually feel like this person, you respect this person because you get they're not crazy. You get that what they're saying makes sense, and you're not trying to be against each other, and you no longer feel insecure, so you no longer have an enemy mind. You're not making your partner your enemy. You're making your partner your partner. That's what you're supposed to be. You just didn't have a role model for it. Now you do. So thank you so much for watching Elephant Ears. Use them. These are powerful little things. They're the things that people forget to do, is to listen. Everybody wants to be heard. Nobody wants to listen. But if 2 people are sending messages, but nobody's listening and reflecting, you're going to have that same conversation over and over and over and over, because nobody's going to feel like they were heard. They're just expecting someone else to apologize, someone else to be wrong. And usually they're misunderstandings. Usually you can work it out. You can talk about the facts and what actually happened. And then people won't be making up a lot of stuff just because you didn't talk about it. So talk about it. Do your elephant ears. And enjoy this shelter in place. Enjoy each other's company. Get that good feeling you had in the beginning that brought you together. And raise the energy in your space that you're in right now to an energetic environment. And keep watching. And if you like these kind of videos, hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and you will be notified when I make more, for more activities to have fun while you're sheltering in place, and to bond more and to understand each other more. And raise the roof in your shelter in place environment. Okay? Whee! Till next time, champion yourself and your family to all be champions. Thank you again.